Hi everybody, Eric Lewis here, and today we're going to talk about a couple of the different options that you have for a close range firearm. Today we got a Beretta 1301 tactical semi-automatic shotgun. It's got a shorter barrel. It's perfect for a close quarters type of scenario like home defense, something like that. Nice thing about a shotgun is you don't have to worry about bullet penetration through the walls, things of that nature. So this particular shotgun ships with a picatinny rail on it, so that way you can add a sight if you'd like, but it also has the iron sights on here. They're great, they're perfectly fine for most scenarios, but most of the time if you should need a home defense weapon, it's going to be in the middle of the night, it's going to be dark, low light situation, and these are sometimes a little bit harder to get a good target acquisition. So a couple of very popular options that are out there would be your holographic and your red dot sights, as they're popularly called. These particular ones, they're very similar, but they're a little bit different. So we'll start off with the holographic sight. This is an EOTech, and to make it as simple as possible, basically what you've got is a screen inside of there with a mirror, and the reticle is projected onto that screen. So with an EOTech, you've probably seen the reticle before somewhere. It's going to be a circle with a dot, just to break it down simply. Wherever that dot is at is where the bullet is going to hit, or the shot pattern, whatever firearm you're using. It's very nice because the brightness is easily adjusted. So if it is a low light situation, you're going to want it at a lower setting so that it's not overwhelming to your eyes and mess up your night sight. So there's a convenient up and down arrow on it, things like that. Next up, we've got our red dot sights. This is a Trijicon reflex sight. Essentially, it is exactly what it sounds like. There's a little red dot inside of it. Now, when you're purchasing them, you can get them with a different size dot, or it'll be in terms of MOA. It might be a 1.5 MOA or a 3.5 MOA. That's going to be the size of the dot. With something like a shotgun, you may want a really big dot, just because you've got a wide pattern and you just need to get on target quick. So one of the really neat things about this sight in particular, not all of them are like this, but the red dot is projected due to illumination from this wound fiber cable in here. So basically, the darker it is, the ambient lighting is going to determine how bright the dot is. That eliminates the need to crank your brightness up and down like you do with an EOTech. So that would be a big advantage. One of the disadvantages to this particular sight is how bulky the base is, as well as the small size of the circle of your viewing area here. It's not a big deal, but if you're really trying to be quick getting on target, it's just a distraction to your overall sight picture. Now, the EOTech is obviously bulky as well, but it does have a larger, basically, screen, if you want to call it that. So you have a wider field of view through that. Now, there are some different types of red dots, some battery powered rather than being this fiber optic style. They have brightness control as well, so you can turn the brightness up and down typically with a knob. They're a little bit smaller profile. Most of the red dot sights do have a smaller lens on them. So it's really just gonna, basically like everything else in the firearms world, it's gonna come down to your personal preference. I would encourage you, if you're looking for something like this, especially if it's for something as important as self-defense or home defense, go to a range somewhere where they've got some options for you to try at an indoor gun range maybe. See what you like. Maybe if your friend has that particular sight that you're interested in, give it a try. See what feels most comfortable to you, because what works for someone else might not be what you prefer. But these are just a couple of the differences in the close range sight options that are out there. There are many, but go give them a shot and see which ones you like best.